Hi, Amelia. I'm going to read all your um, scripts for you. Okay. This is the challenges, how you handle challenges in the workplace question. In my job, I encountered a particularly challenging situation with a patient who had an issue with his hearing aid. His receiver was broken, and when I informed him he needed to purchase a replacement, he became extremely upset and started yelling at me for nearly an hour. It was a difficult moment because I wanted to help, but the situation was beyond my control. My responsibility was to manage the situation professionally while ensuring that the patient received the necessary solution for his hearing aid problem. However, as his emotions escalated, I realized that simply stating the technical facts wasn't enough. I needed to approach the issue with more empathy and problem solving skills. Instead of reacting to emotionally or feeling overwhelmed, I remained calm and listened patiently to his concerns. When I saw that the conversation was not de escalating, I reached out to my supervisor for support. At the same time, I reassured the patient that I understood his frustration and promised to find a way to help. After discussing the issue with my boss, we were able to offer the patient a discount on the replacement part, which made him feel heard and valued. Fortunately, this approach worked. The patient calmed down, became more cooperative, and agreed to proceed with the replacement. Through this experience, I learned that handling difficult situations requires more than just technical knowledge. It involves patience, problem solving, and strong communication skills. Now I always strive to approach patient concerns with a balance of professionalism and empathy to find the most effective solution. Okay. Now we're going to do why do you want to attend this university? Okay. When researching universities in the US to finalize my choices, I was particularly drawn to UT Austin because of its hearing function lab, which focuses on understanding both typical and atypical hearing mechanisms in greater depth. I was especially impressed by the lab's mission to uncover the underlying mechanisms of hearing disorders and develop more sensitive diagnostic tests. This aligns perfectly with my passion for advancing audiological assessment techniques and improving patient care. UT Austin stood out to me as the ideal place to gain cutting edge knowledge and hands on experience in audiology. Many graduates from my university have chosen UT Austin for their advanced studies, which speaks to the program's strong reputation and impact in the field. I am eager to immerse myself in this innovative learning environment and collaborate with faculty and peers who share the same commitment to advancing hearing science. My primary focus areas are assessment assistive devices. I'll do that again. My primary focus areas are assessment, assistive devices, and rehabilitation. And I believe UT Austin's comprehensive curriculum and emphasis on clinical training will equip me with the expertise I need to excel in these areas. Through practical internships and research opportunities, I hope to refine my ability to provide patients with more accurate diagnoses and effective treatment solutions. Ultimately, I see UT Austin as the perfect place to deepen my expertise, gain hands-on clinical experience, and contribute to advancements in audiology. I am excited about the possibility of joining this program and taking the next step toward my goal of improving hearing care both in the US and in Taiwan. Okay, here's your where do you see yourself in 5 years video. In 5 years, I see myself as a highly skilled audiologist with both advanced clinical expertise and hands-on experience in pediatric audiology. My goal is to develop a deep understanding of audiological assessment, assistive devices, and rehabilitation, not just from textbooks, but through real-world application, particularly during my internship in US hospitals as part of my training at UT Austin. After completing my program, I plan to gain additional professional experience in the US for a year, where I can further refine my skills and stay at the forefront of the latest audiological techniques and technologies. This experience will be invaluable as I work toward my long-term goal, bringing the specialized knowledge back to Taiwan to improve my country's hearing care system. Specifically, I aim to establish a structured pediatric audiological system in Taiwan, focusing on early hearing assessment and intervention for infants and toddlers. Currently, there is no well-defined system to differentiate hearing care by age group, and I hope to contribute to bridging that gap. By implementing the best practices I learned in the US, I want to enhance the accuracy of diagnoses and expand access to early hearing support for children in Taiwan, ensuring that more young patients, like my own brother, receive the care they need as early as possible. I am committed and excited about the journey ahead, and I hope to continuously develop my expertise so that I can make a meaningful impact in the field of audiology, both in the US and in Taiwan. Okay, how do you handle stress and pressure? How do you handle pressure in stressful situations? When faced with a stressful situation, my first instinct is to stay calm and composed. I know reacting emotionally can lead to mistakes. Instead of letting stress take over, I focus on analyzing the situation objectively and identifying practical solutions. One good example, during my internship, I encountered a challenging case where a patient was extremely anxious and uncooperative during a hearing assessment. Initially, I felt pressure to complete the test efficiently, but I reminded myself that staying calm was the key to handling the situation effectively. Instead of rushing, I took a step back, reassured the patient, and adjusted my approach to make them feel more comfortable. By taking the time to understand their concerns and creating a more relaxed environment, I was able to successfully complete the test without unnecessary stress. I also have personal strategies to manage pressure, such as prioritizing tasks, practicing mindfulness, and breaking problems down into manageable steps. When facing a difficult situation, I remind myself to focus on what I can control, which helps me approach challenges with a clear mind. Ultimately, I believe that handling stress is about maintaining emotional balance, thinking critically, and adapting to challenges with a problem-solving mindset. This approach allows me to remain effective and deliver the best possible care to my patients, even in high-pressure situations. Why should we accept you? I believe I would be a strong addition to your program because of my academic excellence, hands-on clinical experience, and deeply personal connection to audiology. I graduated from the top audiology university in Taiwan, where I developed a strong foundation in both theoretical knowledge and practical application. Beyond academics, I have completed over 300 hours of internships in both hospitals and assistive device companies, which has given me valuable exposure to both clinical audiology and technical advancements in hearing aids. These experiences have helped me develop not only the technical expertise, but also the ability to adapt to different patient needs. What sets me apart is my personal connection to the field. My brother was born with bilateral microtia, and growing up, I witnessed firsthand the challenges that individuals with hearing impairments and their families face. This experience has given me a deep sense of empathy and motivation to improve hearing care, particularly for pediatric patients. I understand not only the clinical side of audiology, but also the emotional and psychological impact that hearing loss has on families. Because of this, I am committed to providing both professional expertise and emotional support to my future patients. And at UT Austin, I hope to further develop my skills in assessment, assistive devices, and rehabilitation, while contributing my unique perspective as someone who has both personal and professional experience in audiology. I am eager to learn from the program's distinguished faculty, participate in research, and gain the advanced clinical training necessary to make meaningful impact in this field. I believe my background, dedication, and passion for audiology align perfectly with your program's mission, and I am excited about the opportunity to grow and contribute as part of your academic community. Okay, now let's do the time you have to a conflict with a colleague and how you resolve it. During my job, I had to share a demo hearing aid with a coworker. One day she misplaced one of the demo devices, and unfortunately, I had a patient scheduled to try it. As a result, the patient was unable to proceed with the test, which was frustrating for both of us. At first, I felt frustrated and upset as I knew this would affect the patient's experience. However, I quickly realized that reacting emotionally wouldn't solve the issue. Instead of focusing on blame, I shifted my approach to finding a solution. First, I immediately contacted the patient, apologized for the inconvenience, and worked with them to reschedule the appointment for a time when the hearing aid would be available. Thankfully, they were understanding. And at the same time, I communicated with my coworker in a calm and constructive manner. Rather than expressing frustration, I focused on problem solving and suggested she retrace her steps and check all the locations she had visited that day. We also informed our supervisors so that we could explore any backup options. By working together, we were able to locate the missing hearing aid, and by the next day, my patient was able to try it during their rescheduled appointment. This experience taught me the importance of staying composed, prioritizing solutions over emotions, and maintaining clear communication with both coworkers and patients. Now, I always approach conflicts with a problem-solving mindset to ensure the best outcome for everyone involved. Yeah, that's it. Then we're down to the questions. So good. Okay, I'll upload this to YouTube and send it to you right away.